What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Marvel movie rewatch. Today we are talking about Moon Knight Season 1 with Oscar Isaac playing Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, Moon Knight himself, and maybe a third character? We'll talk about it. But Season 1, I absolutely loved. I believe the look of this character is undefeated, right? Like, just his mummy wrappings, and even Stephen Grant's suit is badass. But just this cast was great. The vibe was great. You know, this spookier, more violent vibe, but they're in Egypt. You know, I really liked it. They weren't just stuck in New York again. You know, like, it seems everything's in New York. Or San Francisco. You know, I like that we were in a different part of the world. But just look how Moon Knight looks, like, just with the gold accents, with just this white, like, tattered but worn wrapping, with the hood, with the glowing eyes. Like, he looks fantastic. Even Stephen Grant with just the suit, you know, the Mr. Knight suit with the moon on the head, the white gloves, and all this whole white suit. I would be terrified to wear it because I'd just get it all dirty and shit. But even he looked fantastic with the white glowing eyes, with the gold baton beaten staff. You can see the design on the suit. I would love to see this suit up close in person and see all the little intricate details. I bet it looks fantastic. There was shots in the show that just were unbelievable. Or just, you know, clever and smart, but also just cool. He's jumping rooftop to rooftop. One of the first times we see him as Moon Knight, and he jumps right in front of the moon, and that was like their Disney Plus. Like, he would jump in front of the moon, and then it would bring the Disney Plus logo. It was great. You know, it was clever. It was convenient. It was cute. You know, it was everything you wanted it to do. The shot here where Khonshu, we'll talk more about Khonshu himself, he was badass as well, but Khonshu's helping Mark and Mark's helping Khonshu turn back the nights. I remember every night, all the stars that have ever been in every night sky. I remember what the sky looked like that night, and he turns back the stars, turns back time to a specific night, which is just, I found cool, and what you would expect more from a show like this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, but you know, just the cover shots, like with the moon in front of the moon holding the crescent. He's kind of got a little bit of blood on his knuckles. Like, if they get a season 2 of this and it's TVMA, I'll be so happy. They got away with a lot of violence in this for what it was. I don't think this was TVMA, and it got away with a lot of violence. But I loved also how close this character is to the comics, right? Like, it's very, very inspired from the comics, but yet it told its own story and its own thing. And I thought it was a very heartfelt season. Like, the stuff with his mom and DID and his younger brother, like, and how he got kind of multiple personalities. Like, I thought it was very powerful stuff. And then he is a military guy, Mark Spector. Khonshu finds him on his deathbed and takes him, and "You will be my Moon Knight." And F. Murray Abraham's voice of Khonshu. Oh, I can't wait to see Khonshu and them in the MCU again. Like, just look at Khonshu, like, with his staff, like, and his beak, and he's got like this hollow skull, but yet he's got the same type of mummy armor as Moon Knight. And this, the shot with Stephen Grant in the hallway in the elevator, and all of a sudden Stephen's like, "Hello, is anyone there?" And then all of a sudden the light just starts going off, and then all of a sudden the light gets closer and closer, and then all of a sudden the light gets really close, but it shows Khonshu walking, then the light goes off and it shows him take a step, and then he disappears, the light comes on again, and then the light goes off, and then it comes on, and he's closer, and you're like, oh, dude, like, there was like some jump scare horror aspects to it. Like, it was so cool. But just how, like, detailed Khonshu looks. He's got like little cobwebs coming off of his beak, and it almost looks like hair in the back, but you can clearly tell that his bird beak head is not connected to this body, so it's kind of floating, and its only real connection is like these little cobweb hairs. So cool, dude. It's so cool. What an interesting idea for a character. And then Khonshu gets to fight himself against Ahmet. They get like this giant kaiju fight over the pyramids. Like, that's just badass. And Khonshu holds Ahmet down with the staff. It's so cool, so cool. Like, they're gods. Gods can do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to look like kaijus, let them be kaijus. You know what I'm saying? But then that's kaiju fights happening, and then Mark's on the ground fighting Arthur Harrow, which is Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke is such a good villain in the show. He was so entertaining, even just from the opening shots and the music they chose. When I want to let you, and he's putting like a glass, and he's breaking glass, and he puts it in his shoes, and he just walks on glass. Like, this was the opening shots of the show. I was like, from that moment on, I was like, I'm in. 2, Ethan Hawke is gonna put a hell of a performance on. 3, Oscar Isaac, one of my favorite actors, so seeing him get to really shine and show different personalities but all in the same character, amazing. I loved this show. People hated on it. I don't know what you're hating on. Especially how this show ended, right? Where you're not really clear what's happening because the narrator that we have has DID and we're not really sure if what we've seen is 100% correct. So, you know, by the end, we think Khonshu has let Mark and Steven go. But what we don't know is that Khonshu has really been playing with this man's head, and he's much more troubled than he thinks, in that there is a third personality in Mark, and his name is Jake Lockley, a Spanish-speaking limo driver for Moon Knight, and he shoots Arthur Harrow with a silenced gun, and we're almost positive Arthur Harrow's definitely dead now. We thought he died before. Now he's definitely dead if Jake Lockley just killed him, but now Jake Lockley is still, right, there's still one body, right, but now there's 3 minds. So Mark and Steven are doing God knows what with Hippo, what is her name, with the Hippo goddess and his partner there, Al Faruco, I think is her last name, but she has like metal wings. She's kind of cool too, you know, so I was with her, I'm just blanking on her name, but Jake Lockley, Khonshu, Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac, like, oh, Aaron Benson and Moorhead, the guys that did this season, they did Loki season 2, I believe they did something else as well, but those guys, very talented stuff. I'm liking what they're doing. Let them run, let them rock, you know, if they're going to continue to do badass shit like that, I am here for it, sir. I'm shocked. I'm astonished by the stuff that they're putting out, and it's all been super fun, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. Give me Shang-Chi 2 like tomorrow, and Moon Knight season 2, and a bunch of other stuff that I want too, but those are the first 2 things that come to mind of what I want to see most from like the phase 4 and phase 5 stuff. What I want to see and who I want to see show up again is 100% Oscar Isaac, Simu Liu, you know, even Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld, you know, like there's tons of people I want to see show up again. So comment below, do you want a Moon Knight season 2? Did you like Moon Knight the first season? Did you like Ethan Hawke, Oscar Isaac? Did you like, God damn, I'm still forgetting her name. The woman character that got to be a Egyptian superhero, the Hippo, you know, like, I loved it. I really did, and I hope to get another season. Comment below, hit me up on Twitter. My link's in the description below for all my other social medias. Go follow me on Letterboxd, see what I reviewed this show. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, about a 7 out of 10. I still think that's a good score, and it's a good show, and I want more of it. You know, it did its job. It's just not 5 to 10 stars. You know, it's not the tip top of my list, but it's up there. It's above a 5-star, you know, so that's passing grade. And as a 7-star, 7 out of 10, 3.5 out of 5 stars, I think that's a very solid score for this. And it could even be an 8 out of 10, could be a 4 out of 5, you know, but I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, and I believe that's a solid score. So let me know if you think I'm correct down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new, hit that bell so you don't miss future videos, and I will see you beautiful people in the next episode.